Welcome to this tutorial. Today we are going to be designing a flyer. We are going to design it for a fast food restaurant, and without wasting time, let's get straight into it. Okay, so formally I just wanted to start from the beginning and see how we can maybe design from scratch, but I think we just need to apply some kind of replication improvement instead of trying to do what we usually do here. So let's just do something a little bit different or similar to what we've been doing before, but still see how we can look from a different angle and design. And I would love if you can also reach out if you have a design and you also need reviews on it, or probably you need it to be to see probably any way you can improve it. Then you can also reach out to me. I'll leave a Telegram link below to join the group. Then you can also message me from that group, or you message me directly in my DM. So that wasting time, let's go straight into it. So this is the design sample we'll be using today and seeing how we can improve this design to become either better or slightly from a different perspective. All we just want to do is probably look at it from a lens of applying the principles and also using elements and see how we can use these principles to get design that's an upgrade for our project. So when we're working on our project, we'll see who can get an upgrade on this. So this is what I have. As you can see, there's no much contrast when it comes to the design and the whole image used, the imagery and everything, even the text and how it's been used, the colors for the background and also the colors of the font, and let's see how we can just do something that's a little bit better. Now, so I have my color palette. I generated it using the Colours website. You can also use that if you haven't watched tutorials on the sites you could use. I will leave a link for a video I did before, or I'll just separately do a video for just the website so you can know how to use it. But I used generated by Colours. If you hear Colours, so you can. So I'll leave the link also in the description, so in case you need it and you want to use it. So let's get straight into seeing how we can improve. So I have these assets here. I will leave them in the zip file and also leave them in the group. So in case you need it for anything, you can also click on the link and access it right over there. So first of all, we want to establish our background. So we want a dark background in this case. We will not use entirely the colors here. We use the colors we have, but not all of them. I think about 3. Then we just see if we can mix it up. So I'll be using our freeform in this case, and we can pick our colors. I'm using HSB in case you want to use you want to make this tweak and you can't see what I'm saying here. So we could bring this inside and take this at the top here, and just have like lights coming from here. So you could do all this using the freeform tool in this case. So we will try to use the burger. I wanted to use chips. It still works for any of them, and already we begin to see kind of what we want. So zoom up there, zoom in, then bring it up. Then we are going to add shadow in order to create like a base for it to like relax there. So let's create our shadows. We can use the ellipse tool in this case, draw it like that, and we could bring it inside like that. Send it backwards, not send it to the back. We can change the color to black. Also reduce the opacity to about 50. Yeah, about 50. Go into effects, go into blur. In case you can't see that, there go effects here. You go into blur, you go into Gaussian blur, and I think 30 is enough for that. Let's see how it looks. I think it's good. So we might also need to edit this particular image from where we have it, because we want to ensure that the shadow goes with the bottom of it, so something like that. But let's just try and see if our shadow is okay. I think our shadow is okay, so let's take this into Photoshop and edit it. So take it into Photoshop, and we are going to be editing it. So we will use the burn here. It's here. So in case your setup is not looking like this, I'm going to Windows, going to Workspace, and you choose Essentials. It's actually the default. So in this case, so we're going to try and burn here. If it's not too sharp, we could increase the exposure right over here, and apply a little bit of burn there. Then I would like to save it as a TTF. In this case, you just put it in downloads, and we get it there. Save. Okay. Now when we come here, we are going to import by going to links here. In case you can't find links, Windows, and you scroll down to links, and you see your links there. So we click on the link here, and we could retrace where we stored our file. Okay, now we've gotten where we stored our file. In case you still want to make more edits, you could still just click on Photoshop, and you go directly, it takes you directly to Photoshop, and you can edit it. Immediately you're done editing. So let me say I want to make it bright here. You could increase the size, or you could click here and drag this slider to increase your size. We could probably move some of the burns here too, and Ctrl S to save it. And we come here, it gives us a prompt, okay, and yes, we have that. So we could bring it down like so, and yeah, we have that. You can group that set, group it so they become one. So when we move everything, it gives us now. So the reason why I actually wanted the light to be here is I wanted it to look like it has the platform where it's staying, even though we do not show a demarcation of where the ground is. So it just gives you that perspective, creates that perspective. So ensure that your lights, the lighter areas are at the top. Either can be here or it can be here. It just matters that it has to be on the top, so it creates that shadow for you. So we're going to start adding our text. So our text is "It's all you can." So we say "It's all." I think "It's all" will be our main text. So "It's all." We're going to say "You can." Yes, I think "You can" also do. We can decide to use this. It's a font I got, so it's called Lace and Display. We also have a bold version of that. We're going to try it. If it doesn't work, we will abandon it. We just leave it. It's all you can. And you make it white like so. Sorry, that. We could leave it like this, or we could scale it up. Can take it closer to it. Send it backwards, not send it to the back. Send it backwards, and we could scale this. Could also take this back in case we want to scale that. It's all you can. Take it up, send backwards, and let's see. Good. So I want to add a gradient to this text. So normally you cannot just go into gradient or go into a gradient and add it to a text. It will not work. So you just turn it black. It doesn't work. So what we do is I will go to the appearance panel. In case you can't find appearance, go to Windows and you go to appearance here. So we add a fill to it, and now it turns it black. But what it means is that we can make all our edits on this layer. So we create an extra layer for the text. So add a layer on the text. So any text, any effect you add on it, it will apply on that layer. So we can add more layers if we want to, but we just want to work with just this layer. So we can go here now, and now we can apply our gradient in that case. So I'll make use of just these two colors in this case. I'll pick this one, and I'll also try and pick maybe this one, but it's not going to create good contrast. So in this case, let's change one of them to something like this, while the lighter one, we could also make it more light. And I think we can do a 3-point gradient system here in this case. So you will be the white one here. Then also we do a rotation for it in case it's not giving us that rotate. We can also come to here and rotate, and we can position it the way we want it to be, like that. I think this is cool. Let's send it backwards, and bring this guy down. It's all you can, and then we begin to throw the rest. I think we are almost like 50% done, or I think we're 70% done with just the whole concept here. Then now we can begin to add the other things. In case you want to add the logo, I think your logo will be much suited when it's at the center, at top here. Then we can begin to add other spices. I think this is just a default type here. We can click and draw, but it will be too big, so let's press Control and send it back, and just type random things here, and let's reduce it to about 14, and then change our text to Satoshi. And now we can draw a new text box. So just click and drag, and it draws the new text box there. Okay, so auto, we'll place it in the center, Control Shift C, and then ensure that it's center here. Also change the text to white, and then show the center here. We can reduce this, and so good. So now we begin to add our let's add our 70%. We could also try something we did last time. We try and use the star. Last time was the polygon. I think no, last time was the star. Let's use the polygon today. Let's use the polygon. We could use this. We could apply a zigzag effect to it. A zigzag effect like this. We want to make it smooth. Say OK. Control C, Control F. But before you do that, sorry, you go to Object, you go to Expand Appearance, so it becomes the appearance of it. Because when you have it like this, there is an effect. So when you say Expand Appearance, it takes the effect and applies it to the image to be that image, or to be your object, sorry, to be that object. So you say Control C, Control F. The reason why we are doing the Expand Appearance before we apply it is if we're trying to scale, the effect might decide to change the shape of the object. So let's just have the shape of the object as the shape of the object instead of making those changes. So now we can apply a different color to this. I think we should apply a brighter one, and we could apply this to that. We'll select the two of them and group them. And in case it's not what we want, we could also double click to isolate the layers and change that one to the dark one, while we also change the back one to the light one. It's not giving. So ungroup it, change this dark, change this to the light one, click the two of them and group them. So I think it grouped now, but I don't want it to be too big, just small here. We could go zoom in, and we could say 70% off. Up and like that. Make sure that at the center. This we could also, let's apply this font type to it, the lace font to it. Let's make it white, and we could scale it down a little and take it up, and we could also rotate it so it gives it more. Good. So social media handles could be placed down there. Remember, our logo is also placed here, so let's just have something like logo. Let's type it and say logo here. So we say logo here. Ensure it's centered and bring it to the center here. Change the color to white, to scale it up a little bit, and then bring it down like so. And what again? Let's see. So I think that's all. We need. Then we can begin to add other things like flying and chips and stuff. We could include this guy here, include here, and we could also include here. Instead, we could include this one here. Like so. Shouldn't cover the text. And then we'll add our blur, Gaussian blur. Remember, it's the same effect up here, so we don't need to we could adjust that. It's too much. Make it 20. Like so. Click, group it. Now, the effect I want to apply, the reason why I have to group it before I apply it is that I want, okay, let me show you what I want to do. Now I go to effects, I go to blur, I go to read out blur. Now, if I decide to just select all of them and decide to, or I select individually and then want to apply it, it will apply the reader effect from the center of the object or the image that I select. But in this case, when I group them, they become one, and when I'm applying the effect, it applies to an imaginary center of, or a calculated center of the three objects that are inside the grouped items, like inside the group. So now if I'm applying it, it's going to apply it around here while it make the rest of them, either if it's spin, so it's going to spin like that, or spin like this, or if it's zoom, it's going to push them out. So I'm going to apply zoom and just keep it at 5. I don't want it to be too much. Then let's just watch how the effect is being applied. So now it's been applied. If you see, it's moving like it's being pushed out from the center here. Make it 10. And okay. Good. So I like it like this, where it's like it's been shown from the center here instead of the other way around. So I think this is good. It's looking very good, classically good. And if you enjoyed it, please give it a follow. And I will try as much as possible to see how I can provide any assistance. So I said, if you have any questions or you have a design that you want me to review or you want me to probably work on or see if I can improve, probably to share with others, then you can also reach out to me via the link in the group, in the description. That's the group link in the description, and I also will get in touch to you. So, see you in the next one.